I'm your newly appointed councilperson, Dave Rubello. Glad to have you along with me today on the Council Connection. The reason for my show is I'm talking to some of the local businesses. I'm down here at the historic 9 Mile and Mack Business District, the downtown of St. Clair Shores, just a few short blocks from where I grew up. We're going to talk about surviving pandemics and what the business owners here in St. Clair Shores are doing with their businesses to adapt and do different things and serve you better. Let's take a look now at the party adventure and let's see who we can find in here. It's so important to shop locally, especially right now. With me today is Dan Stevens. I'm at the Party Adventure down at 9 Mile and Mack in St. Clair Shores, the new downtown St. Clair Shores. Dan, I want to ask you, with everything that's gone on over the past, since March, April of 2020, how have you gotten through the pandemic? What changes have you made to your store? What have you done to adapt? It's a tough business climate right now, let's face it.
Yeah, it's been very tough, and we've added plexiglass to the front. We've added hand sanitizers. We're washing and sterilizing pens that people use to even sign the credit cards. We have 6-foot markers on the ground for when people come up to the counter to. So it's been really a trouble. We've offered curbside delivery if they want to call us. We'll have it ready for them. We'll bring it out to the curb. And we also just recently instituted online. We have an online presence now. That's my son Dan is. He's been championing that. He's doing a great job, and
we'll talk about that in a little bit with Dan, because I know you've gotten behind that effort pretty good from my conversations with you in the past. So number one thing you're doing in here is you've taken the precautions of safety, because that's about the number one thing we can do right now.
Yes, everybody has to wear a mask. All the employees wear masks, and like I said, we're doing everything that the governor has told us to do.
I know I was in here around Christmas time buying some graduation stuff for my daughter, and it was just a convenient, easy shopping experience. We basically just came in here, my wife and myself, told them what we needed. You guys did the rest for us. Well, I just sat there right at the front door, and you guys made it real easy and safe. Everybody took the precautions, that's for sure. I mean, you have such an array of stuff in this place, more than anything that I've ever seen. So I wanted to get to online, okay?
Sure.
Because I've always been a proponent of staying local, shopping local, doing everything right here as much as you can. And you guys offer the ability for people to do that. Can you tell us a little bit about online and the direction that you've gone? I mean, the Party Adventure, as far as I know, from when I remember talking to Dan, I remember when you guys were on Harper, since you've been around since, what was it, 1984? 82.
Yeah,
okay.
we've been here in St. Clair Shores.
So in order to survive this long, you've had to do a lot of things to adapt to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Online is one of them. Dan, can you tell us about it?
Sure, yeah, we just started the online. We've always had a presence, but now we have the e-commerce store that you can actually go on and purchase stuff from, and we can either have it shipped, locally delivered by us, or you could pick up from, like my dad said, curbside. So we're really expanding stuff every day.
Now, some of the things you can get online would be what? Is there more stuff than you can get online that's in your store? Because you guys got a ton of stuff in here.
That's it. Eventually it'll be there, but right now we're still adding stuff. We got all the solid colors, all the holiday stuff up, St. Patty's Day, Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras stuff right now, and we're continually adding more every day.
I can shop and get a good idea of what I want too. You guys have Facebook pages and things of that nature?
Yeah, Facebook pages for sure. We're live on there, and we're about to fire up an Instagram account.
Okay.
The online is partyadventureusa.com.
Say that one more time.
Partyadventureusa.com.
Okay.
That's our online.
You have always been great to the city. You've been a donator to the city. You've been involved in the city in a lot of different things. You were always big into the June Fest. You were there from the beginning with the June Fest. It's always been great. And the city of St. Clair Shores thanks you for all the participation that you've had in our community. Some of the things that are available at your place.
Well, we have anything you need for any type of party, from the invitations to thank yous and everything in between, napkins, plates, decorations, anything that you could possibly need for a party except for the food and beverage.
Tell us a little bit about some of the special event things that you do, such as Super Bowl or...
Well, every main holiday is a very good time. It used to be. Right now with the COVID, people can have the big parties. Like Super Bowl is a big time for us, but we're worried this year that because you can only have 10 people or 15, whatever. So that's what we found for New Year's. People weren't buying 25-person kits. We were lucky to sell 10-person kits. And everybody was buying, 2 hats, 2 horns, and noisemakers for the kids, and so the sales have been down dramatically just because of the COVID and the restrictions they put on us.
See, folks, that's why it is so important that if you guys in any way, shape, or form take a look around you, see what types of businesses there are in St. Clair Shores. It is so important to these local retailers now to have your business, get your business. They offer everything that any major box store has. You just have to ask them. And I'm sure by saying this, if there was something special that, say, I came in and I needed, you'll go out of your way.
Sure, yeah, we've been in business for 36 years, so we know that all the vendors that do the parties, that do the supplies for all the parties. So there's not too much that we couldn't find for you and get it here in a timely fashion.
That's why it's important. These local merchants have everything the box stores have. If they don't, you just ask them and they can get it. Another big thing to keep in mind, too, when you're shopping local and keeping everything local here in the Shores is these merchants are the same guys that are contributing to your fundraisers, okay, your donations. That's why it's important to keep all the money local right now. It's very, very important that you do that. These guys give back to St. Clair Shores. Let's give back to them a little bit, especially when they need it, to try to get us through this pandemic. Dan, thank you very much for taking the time. It's been a pleasure to come in here.
Well, thanks for coming in.
You guys have a historic building. This was the first state bank at one time.
Yes, it was.
And if you ask these guys, they could still show you the old vaults that are in here. Okay, there's a little bit of history in this building still. So thank you very much, Dan and Dan.
Thank you
No
very
problem.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
On to our next stop. Well, we got our gifts down at the Party Adventure, and now just a short walk down the road at 9 Mile and Mack is one of the best places here in St. Clair Shores. It's just simply magical in here. I'm with Gloria Kinney, owner and operator of Surcare, a wonderful gift selection in here. Hi, Gloria. Thanks for being on SCS TV today. We really appreciate it. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about what's changed in your business as far as obviously the pandemic has changed a lot of the business environment, and what has Surcare done to be able to survive it? Let's talk safety first.
Well, thank you, Dave, and thanks for the opportunity to share this with you. As far as safety, we take safety incredibly seriously here, both for our staff and our customers. So we ourselves here in the store, we take our temperatures every morning. We have set up the wrap area and the all of our procedures for each sale to make it as contactless as possible. For example, we don't require signatures on charge slips anymore. We wear masks always. We ask our customers to wear masks. We also ask our customers to sanitize their hands when they come in. We have hand sanitizer there. We ask every customer, because we know it's impossible not to touch things when you're shopping here at Sur Care. And we've had wonderful response from our customers. Virtually no resistance to that at all. In fact, most people thank us for doing it.
Yes, I know. I've come in here, and your folks are right on me. If I'm not doing things right, I have to scrub my hands down and make sure my mask is on. So I know you're doing a fantastic job in here of keeping us safe. It's not always easy and so forth, but you guys are doing a wonderful job with it. Now, what have you done? How long have you now been in business? I can remember you down the street.
We are into our 34th year, Dave. We
That's
opened in
incredible.
October of '87, so we celebrated the completion of our 33rd year last October.
That's just amazing. A longtime business owner like that, doing things right here in St. Clair Shores, obviously to survive that long. What are some of the things you've been doing in here to make the shopping a more pleasant experience, online things and of that nature?
The learning curve since this started last March has just been incredibly steep and hard, but it's all good. We did open an online store in April while we were closed. That was a very rapid 6-week project. And so we do now have an online store, which is just www.shopsurcare.com. And we are putting as much new merchandise as we can as it comes in. We have increased our Facebook and Instagram presence, including I've been doing a variety of videos, even while we were closed, that I've been posting both to Facebook and emailing out to my customers. I've been doing Facebook Lives. In fact, I've got another one of those scheduled for next Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. where I'm going to demonstrate some of the games that we carry for family game nights while we're still locked down and being careful. Just any way we can to make the shopping experience safe and comfortable for our customers.
I mean, you've got a lot of fun stuff in here. You're innovative business owner, adapting to all the situations. That's what's going on.
Absolutely. We understand that everybody's risk level is different. Everybody's comfort with their risk level is different. So we want to do whatever is necessary to make our customers feel safe while we help them solve their gift-giving needs. So yes, we can do curbside pickup. We can ship. We are doing some free local delivery.
That's awesome.
I've been driving around town and dropping things up people's porches.
What are some of the things that they can get at your gift shop here?
Oh, we have a little bit of everything for anyone on your list. We're in the garden section, so I'll show you one of my favorites. These are new this year, and I just love these. I got more. I sold out, so I brought some more in. These are actual pine cones, Dave, that have been covered in birdseed, and they have a hook. I didn't know pine cones came this big. So you just hang it out in a tree and give the birds a holiday feast, we were telling people.
Either that, it's a big forest or a big tree, one of the two.
So that's one example, but whether it's the garden, whether it's something for the kids, whether it's, we have boutique areas, so we have beautiful scarves and jackets and clothing for women. We have
just looking around in here, this is, yeah, you got everything in here.
For men, for women, for kids, for just about anybody. We can help you find a gift.
Over the years, I've worked with you on the June Fest. Okay, this is one of the people that invented the June Fest, runs the June Fest, and has done a lot of great stuff down here at 9 Mile and Mack as a great business volunteer.
And it's a wonderful area to do that in. We have a very active 9 Mack Merchant Association. And we have wonderful new things happening in the area. Copper Hop that opened, I think they're over a year now. We have, but they've been great. The facelift on Shores Inn has been wonderful. we were so fortunate to have Christy take over the Hallmark store when Jan and Jim retired.
Sure.
Great people, great businesses. Many of them have been around even longer than I have, so that's just a testimonial to how strong and wonderful these businesses are down here.
You can find a lot of things down here at 9 Mile and Mack. And I like I brought up with the party adventure, it's so important for the residents here and this viewer, everyone viewing this, to come down to these local shops and do their business down here. These are the same folks that give to our special events, that donate prizes and gifts to our fundraisers and so forth. Very important to remember them now, especially when they need us. So I encourage that. I've never made any bones about it. Shop locally, shop close to home. Gloria, always a pleasure. Hardworking, innovative, beautiful place, beautiful gift shop, beautiful person, okay?
Can I take 30 more seconds? Because you talked about fundraisers.
Yes.
We've got one going here at Care right now that we started 10 days ago, and we're running through the end of February. And we're calling it 5 for Food. We are inviting our customers or anyone to donate $5 or more, but $5 through us. We will double that money up to the first $500 and donate it to Forgotten Harvest, which is a wonderful organization that supplies food pantries all over the area, including 25 of them, which are within 10 miles of Care.
It's incredible.
And we're so happy to say that as of yesterday, we've met our first 500. So I doubled that and made a donation yesterday to Forgotten Harvest for $1,000. We have had a wonderful customer come forward and volunteer to match the next 200. So we are continuing to do that, and will right through the end of February. And I'm just ecstatic, and it's very heartwarming, the response that we've had.
Thank you for doing that, that's for sure. Business community, St. Clair Shores, wonderful place, a pillar in St. Clair Shores. We have a great place. Now on to our next stop. You guys are going to love the smell and love the taste of this next place. We'll see you in a little bit. Our next stop is the legendary location of Emily's Deli since 1971. This place everybody comes to, everybody knows, all across the United States, and they even ship across the seas. And that's no joke. I'm here today with Sam Jr. and his dad Sam Sr. on the other side of the counter, and this is a pleasurable stop. People love coming here. They love their food. Wherever you go, they talk about it. I'm here today, though, to talk about a little bit more serious topic, and that is, how have you guys adapted to getting through the pandemic? Sam?
The beginning was tough. The beginning was everybody was kind of going in blind on the whole thing. So we kind of shortened our hours a fair amount and went to curbside only. We were able to open back up after Memorial Day to the public. We went curbside only up until that point, and then instituted social distancing markers across the floor. We've been lucky enough to have people like Councilman Rubello keep us updated on what's going on in the city and safety precautions that we should be taking. So we've been fortunate to be open throughout the whole thing and adjusted, like I said, the hours. And
what have you done to get your product out to the homes and the customers? Have you done anything different?
We've been on Grubhub, Uber Eats, and dinner at your doorstep for throughout the whole thing. So people have been utilizing that a lot more during the whole pandemic. We've noticed the increase in that, definitely. So
you have done changes, you've made adjustments to what's been going on in this tough business environment. You guys, though, have come out pretty good on the other end.
We have. We've been busy throughout the whole thing. We're lucky enough to have a loyal customer base. Everybody seems to be getting along fine throughout the whole pandemic coming in here. We're very lucky with our customers and how understanding they are and how cooperative they've been throughout this whole ordeal. So
you've done everything right. You have a great business model here in this store. It's a great place to come in, kid around with. Everybody knows you guys. Now, you personally grew up right around here in the area, attended St. Joan of Arc. And I guess my point is, these guys are local guys, okay? These guys are local guys, and it's great to have them here. Sam Jr., these guys have donated to the city. They've donated to fundraisers. They've kept their money right here in St. Clair Shores. I'm not sure how many people haven't been here, I'll put it that way, because they have great Middle Eastern food. Sam here has been a coach at St. Joan of Arc for how long now?
10 years.
10 years. He attended St. Joan of Arc.
Yep.
So it's great to have guys like this in the community. So tell us about how you entered your third generation. His grandma was Emily, his father is Sam, and now he's involved with the store. Tell us about growing up in the store here.
Growing up, I always wanted to be here. I always wanted to come here after school, hang out. It was just a fun place to be, like you just said. It's always a good time, and then it was my family's business. So I mean, it was fun to come see my dad every day. So growing up, it's just something I've always wanted to do. All my other brothers took their own paths, and I was lucky enough to have a clear shot at this. I've been here 15 years now. So,
and I've known you nearly
life.
your whole life, okay? Yep. So I saw him grow up. No harder working person right here than these guys. They are here day in and day out, making sure the products are fresh and safe. Tell us about some of your safety things that you've been doing to keep your customers safe. And
well, everybody wears a mask in the store at this point. Everybody in the back, all of us here up front. The customers come in, they all cooperate with the mask. Like I said, we've been very lucky to have very cooperative customers around the city and all across. So,
tell us about growing up in the store and having your grandma in here too.
That was the absolute best part. Being able to work with her for 8 years of my life, my first 8 years here, was the best thing that ever happened to me. Coming here after school and having her shove a meat pie in your mouth, coming in the back door, watching people come in, there's nothing like it. Absolutely no way to duplicate something like that.
I want to ask Sam Sr. behind the counter here a few things. Sam, can you come back around here with your son? Thank you. No harder working person in show business than this guy, okay? This is like the Disneyland of Middle Eastern Mediterranean food. Sam, tell us what it was like having your mother and working with your mother and so forth.
Absolutely perfect, like my son said. Working with her every single day, cooking with her. I didn't do much cooking. I took care of everything in the back. My mother trained him to cook, and he has every recipe down pat or better, if not as good as my mother. And that's why things have been so smooth for us to transition after my mom passed away. Be 5 years in June. Everything has just been unbelievably well. Even through this pandemic, we're all carry out. That's why we're doing so well. We cut our hours, like my son said. Other than that, it's been very good. Our customer base is tremendous. Tremendous.
Tell us about some of your shipping and so forth, how you're getting pickups and things like that, who you're using and so forth, some of these alternative services.
Well, Grubhub, Dinner at Your Doorstep is a local one, and Uber Eats are the three we've been using. We've been on there for a while now, but like I said, during the pandemic, this is all kind of blown up, and people are utilizing it, which is good.
You guys have gone beyond safety measures. You've done everything the right way, and I suppose that's why people keep coming back, not only for your guys, the true entertainment purposes of these two guys, but the food is incredible, okay? Some of the things you guys carry. Sam, tell us about some of the things you carry.
We carry kibbe, grape leaves. Our meat pies are the king of the road, meat and spinach pies. At one time, our slogan was home of the meat pie. And my son does a phenomenal job with them. And the crew we have cooking for us, they've been with me 15 years or more, and they've been phenomenal. We can't complain about anything. We advertise with the C&G local newspaper, every issue as of right, since inception of that paper in the 70s. And Dave has been with me ever since. He does a great job.
It's been a pleasure. Those folks in the back, and I want to say especially you, Sam, I've had your mother's cooking. I've had everybody's cooking in here for the past 35 years. This guy here, the next generation, you can't tell the difference between what he's cooking and the recipes and so forth and what his grandma cooked. So not lost any quality, not lost any taste, just simply phenomenal. And the rest of the area surely agrees with that. So it's been my pleasure to come in. These guys are number one guys here in the community, upstanding. They'll do anything for you. They'll do any type of special orders for you. You cater to your parties, not just coming in here as a carry out, so forth. There's a lot of things they do. And again, as I've harbored the point for the last two people, now the third people that we visited today, it's important to shop in these local places. Go out of your way to find out what's around you and what you can shop, because these guys here are the same people that are given, again, to your events, donating to your fundraisers and so forth. So it's a great idea when some of these folks now need you to come and shop and help them through a tough pandemic time. We got a lot of options here in St. Clair Shores. So that's the number one point I wanted to make today. Gentlemen, my pleasure to come in here and talk to you guys. Yeah, I've known them a long time, and I'm glad that some new faces and some new people are able to meet these guys.
In May, we're going to be celebrating our 50th year.
So they're doing a lot of things right.
They have to do something right. If you last 50 years, with no parking in the front, no back door entrance. Okay, I mean, it's cooking in the back. My son's back there every day. I mean, overseeing everything, so that's a good plus.
Shop the Shores. Boy, oh boy, I love these meat chicken or spinach pies from Emily's. Nothing like them. I'm your Councilman, Dave Rubello. Thanks for coming along with me on a great journey down Mack Avenue on 3 special stops. And remember, whenever possible, shop St. Clair Shores. Stop into some of these local businesses, especially some you have never been in. We have a lot of interesting stuff down here in the Shores, and it's great to have you along. And until next time, stay safe, and we'll see ya. Nothing like those meat pies.